Ba ba da ba ba ba.
Oh, you can't even think of a video.
Can you pop that video on, boy?
I'm popping that video on.
I'm just gonna pop on that video. Hi, sorry, I was in a meeting with Danielle until I'm getting a
So
ton of
you're the
feedback.
reason we're late for morning coffee, not me this time.
Eric,
What?
am I on a microphone?
Yeah.
There's like, it's like feeding back, you know?
Okay, let me work on that.
Okay, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and share this, and
How's that?
I don't know. If I say some things, can I hear myself? Nope. Sounds good.
Okay. Better.
Morning coffee. Eric Oakley. Morning coffee. Alright. We're gonna lose you for a second so I can go post this in the Discord. And then we're gonna make you bigger again. There you are. Alright. Is no one here, or do I have the wrong screen up?
No, there's.
There they are. Hi, friends. Okay, well, Eric, what do we have to talk about today?
Don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you just played Ledgestone, didn't you?
Ledgerstone.
Did you? Oh, shoot, buckets.
What? Rating update today?
Oh, we're good. Did you go share this?
No,
Hey,
not yet.
hey, everyone. Sharon is Karen. Go share it, please.
Who's Sharon?
You don't know Sharon and Karen?
I don't like Karen.
I have an aunt named Karen.
Right now is these, Tina?
Oh, I just walked away from the computer to fill up my coffee. Hold up.
Well, I've been drinking these nitro cold brews.
Oh, yes.
And they're very good.
My coffee of the week is Courtney and Trevor's Awesome Sauce. Always got that Birdie Fuel. Actually, we have a package on the way to us at Wick. And it's going to be here in time for you to come back and visit me. So you guys, guess what? Eric's going to come home and see me and us. Are we going to have a Tuesday in there or no?
No.
Can we do like a happy hour stream where I drink and you take care of me?
Man, the stream is pretty far behind.
That's okay. We're doing way better than we did last week. Sharon is Karen's cool sister. Okay, well, happy Tuesday. How are all of you people? I am somewhat questionable, but I am okay. I just got off the phone with my girl Danielle. We're doing some training for whale sack stuff for her, and I'm very excited about what that's going to look like. And then Steph and I tackled some stuff yesterday. We are hiring at least 4 new whalers, and we will be hiring a new social media person. And then Danielle's actually going to take over the ambassador and junior team management stuff. So she's going to be our new team manager for the ambassador and junior team whale sacks. That's what I've got going on over here.
Nice.
She's fantastic. If y'all don't know Danielle, you should. She's great.
Should have her on at some point.
Oh, that'd be fun. She's working some crazy hours right now, and we're gonna try to get her whaling and get her as many hours as we can doing whale sack stuff so she can go down to part-time. That's the hope. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm hyped.
Oh, I'm just talking to Chandler. No, I was gonna go on to how the tournament went when you were done. So.
Okay, well, let's talk about the tournament then.
Okay, the tournament. Ledgestone. Arguably the worst 9 holes I maybe have ever played in my career at a professional tournament. And part of it was bad throws, and another big part of it was some really poor luck. And so you combine that with a couple circle, like 28 footers missed. Sorry, that's not usually how this works. So,
Is he quiet? Let me check his levels on here. I can hear him.
But I had a really solid back 9, and but then Northwood Black was kind of insane. The front 9's changes I really liked. It was basically a new course. The back 9 was a bit, I don't know, there was a couple holes on the back 9 that were just a little too much in how it's just how tight the lines were and how rough the rough was and for how difficult the hole was. So it was pretty
in
nuts.
other words, for how good you have to be.
That's Chris's argument that if you just are really good, then it doesn't matter. But that doesn't have any bearing on how some rough is too rough.
That's just like your opinion, man.
This is your opinion.
Yeah, but if you never hit a tree or throw it off the fairway, then does it matter how rough it is? No.
Sure. But it was the course was too new in a few places, and that it will drastically change. Joey Tamale, first time.
You're too new.
I am too new.
Yeah.
Joey Tamale's on the morning coffee.
Hello. I'm here.
But all in all, it was a incredibly challenging track. I think that they created some really, really good par 4s.
Is this really what we got going on today?
Yes. There were some really, really good par 4s out there. I think all of the par 5s. Is it just the 2?
Just 3.
6.
Okay. All of the par 5s feel incredibly daunting, and I had this conversation with a couple of people we were playing with. Was that maybe our sport is different from golf in that our par 5s need to be the most difficult holes, where our par 3s are the easiest holes? Because in golf, it's kind of the opposite. Par 5s are easier. People are getting eagles and birdie looks on most par 5s in golf, where all the par 3s for us are like, you should be getting a birdie look on almost every single.
Ball golf and disc golf similar in that way that I like playing par 4s and 5s because it gives me, if I do mess up a shot, I still have shots to make up a par.
Yeah.
And on a par 3, if you shank a shot, you're going to go.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris was saying that if on par 4s and 5s, you always have the opportunity to save par for the most part. But I was able to put together 2 rounds, even though those 2 rounds ended up being I shot even in 2 over. That was 10-30 and 10-20 golf, which is pretty solid out at Northwood Black. And I ended up finishing my final round, but shortly after that, the rain canceled everything. But to just touch on it one last time, I had to really work for that 2 over. I had to really work for that even par with some pretty gnarly scrambles and taking doubles and triple bogeys just to eat it. But I was able to kind of fill that in with some good birdies on some really cool holes. I threw a couple really, really good shots. So I'm quite happy with how I played, with how I handled it mentally. My attitude was very, very, very good. There are a lot of positives to take out from Northwood Black, and just again how hard it was was a wonderful experiment. Simply because we would never know how hard is too hard if we didn't try it.
I think that Northwood Black is good, and Nate Heinold is doing something that kind of nobody else is doing, in that he is getting ahead of the curve. He's making these courses for the top 3 players in the world and making everybody else catch up. Instead of most courses we play, we outgrow them pretty quick.
Yeah, he's
in maybe a
planning
year.
for the future players in the sport, not exactly
Right.
how it is now. Like, think of how much better players have gotten just in the last 3 years, like since we've been touring. It's insane.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
But I
anyone
mean,
could have
what I-
expected how good players got, so it's cool that he's planning ahead for that.
Think about it. Like when I first started touring, like the Memorial was still a pretty solid course, and then it was like
Now it's
putt. Within 2 years, it was like we don't ever need to play this course again. We don't need to play
That's
either of these courses again.
crazy how fast it's changing.
Yeah.
Well, and it used to be that
Come to the mic.
if you're going to play a course and you're asked to hit, a tight gap on a par 4, the landing zone would be 275 to 350. But now, especially in Northwoods, the landing zones are more like 450.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very tough.
It was nuts. And I mentioned, like, I can birdie every single hole out there, but it's a very big ask on a lot of those holes, and I'm fine with that. Now, Northwoods Black, give it 3 years, that course will be kind of awesome, because you're going to have a little bit. They're gonna remove some of the problematic trees to make some of the holes less tight and less hairy, because it just felt like there's always this stuff that's just leaning into the fairways, and they were pulling a lot of discs and causing longer backups. Like we were playing 5.5, 6 hour rounds out at Northwood Black, and I think one way to kind of combat that is going to be as the time goes on, the course will just naturally, over time, with the amount of foot traffic going through there, get easier. And I don't mean that it needs to get that much easier, but
Less punishing.
It was 4 points a stroke. It was 6 over par was 1,000 rated. 7 over par was 1,000 rated. And that's a pretty insane stat, but you saw what happens when Calvin Heimberg pops off 7 down, Kyle Klein follows up 8 down. Like, it's all there to be had. You just have to get through a couple problematic holes clean while playing some of the other holes really, really well. Like, I think Paul Ulibarri he shot 12 over and then followed up with 1 down. And his 1 down, he made it through the problematic holes. He parred 13, 14, no, 12, 13, and 14.
He had 1 over par hole.
Yeah.
17, double bogey.
He double bogeyed hole 17.
He almost shot only bogey if you're out there.
That's got a thing in it, be careful.
Okay.
I wouldn't. You can swing onto this one if you can reach. I could probably. I think I have a surge protector in my car. We could get, and that would increase the range. Sorry, technical issues. But all together,
And we also didn't We didn't get many practice rounds out there.
That's a good point. That is a really good point. The scheduling of our tournament was a little bit crazy because of how quick we had to get to Ledgestone, how quick we had to change it up. It was pretty nuts. What is par at Maple Hill? I think 960.
I
Oh,
can't.
you need
Ratings
Yeah.
wise.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see.
No, like 980 or something.
Yeah, I would have. Like, you can't even put Northwood Black is not even like on the same realm.
It's not close to
As-
anything like we've ever.
Yeah, it's a pretty insane
It's like Northwood Gold, but
MVP. Let's see, round. I won't know. I won't know what even par is. So I did round 1. Oh, 60. A 60 was rated. 60 at Maple is 1011. So 1 over par is 1003 at Maple Hill. That's pretty. I mean, that's kind of accurate. What about Brewster? Brewster Rouge. Tina, do you love Brewster Rouge?
I do
Memory?
actually. I really like that course.
61 Brewster Rouge. 61 even par at Brewster Ridge is 986. How about Foss Run?
there's just more OB. Brewster, like, there's just
Even par is 1013 at Fox
yeah,
Run.
there's just not enough danger at Brewster.
Yeah,
It's, like,
but
very struggling.
let's be real. That's not even remotely close to 7 over par and 4 points a stroke. Like it was.
We don't play anything like
It's pretty nuts. What was par out here? 67? 70?
Weird.
At Northwood Black.
Oh. 68.
I'll look. Northwood Black was 68. 1,049 or 1,499 feet. To give you perspective, it is a longer course than Eureka Temp, and it's all in the woods. Wow. Pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy concept, but definitely something that I'm okay with seeing as an experiment, as a perspective, as the sport continues to grow. I think there's a lot to it. I am greatly anticipating, and this is to plug someone else's channel, but I watched the video, and I can't wait for the skins match to see the full course. But Eagles Cross, I think is what it's called. The course that Simon Eagle, Nate Sexton, and James Conrad. Whoa, what is that?
What?
Hold on. Can you see this? Is this on screen? Oh, it's going to be delayed for you.
Well, I can pull up the other part. Okay, I can see
Oakley
it.
Tomato?
There's a tomato named after us?
Yeah, it says Oakley.
Maybe that's their name, and they own the.
Where are you looking? Where'd you find that?
That's
Chris.
Hannah snapped. Maybe that's like a communal garden in the Oakleys own that.
Ask
Oh,
her.
that could be. That would make
That's awesome.
sense.
What's up?
You guys, I want to do a garden tour so bad. Everything's crazy different since the last time I did a garden
Let's do it.
tour. I think I'm gonna have Zach come over and film like a little garden tour because when I tried to do it live last time, it dropped off. So I'm gonna ask
Ooh.
him if he's down to help.
Okay, so one last thing. Eagles Crossing looks amazing.
Sorry.
If you haven't, go check out Simon's video, and I greatly anticipate the GK skins match out there. But Matt Strathman brings up a good point. Northwood Black was, for me, was personally borderline difficult to watch. I think that that's a really good point because there was a couple holes where the decision is kind of made for you,
Like
and
what your
best,
play is.
yeah, and your best play is to throw like 190 or a 120-foot little pitch or chip shot.
Well, wasn't Gold? Gold had
There's
a
not
few
a lot
holes
of
like
risk
that
reward
too.
out there.
Right. You
Well,
don't
not
have
as much,
options.
Tina.
There's just like there's one line. The fairway is one way. There's no split fairways, and
Yeah.
it's like either you throw a slower disc or a faster disc.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, okay, not like when I mean pitch, not as in like pitch out. Like there are places where you could be in the fairway but miss the landing zone by like 60 feet, and now you don't really get to do anything. Like you can't be aggressive because the shot is kind of impossible. So you have to just like throw it to the landing zone from where you are, and it changes how the shots the shots feel. It's like I can use hole 6, which is this fish hook kind of almost U-turn par 5 that we played. The landing zone is pushing 500 feet off the tee. Hole 6, the landing zone, the corner.
Oh, the corner, yeah.
The corner's a little over 5, and I think if they were to move the tee pad up like 80 feet, maybe even 100, that you could see people playing around the corner, but then it might change it from a par 5 to a par 4.
It's a really hard par 4.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it would be better as a par 4 because then people can make the landing zone, but then if you don't make the landing zone, you're having to play it smart to get your 4. So yeah, that's kind of how it felt. But it being difficult to watch and it's not being good for the viewers is a very important factor in courses going forward. And that was something that Dustin Keegan said. Sorry to keep talking about this, Tina, but to give everybody's perspective on the
Can you
tournament,
see
Dustin
my
Keegan
eyes
probably
glazed over?
had probably one of the best takes on one thing that I think gets missed in course design, and that's aesthetics. Aesthetics are incredibly important when designing a course. If the course looks ugly and looks hairy and looks not finished, it's going to take away from the quality of the course. And I think that that's why this Eagles Crossing course is something that immediately they didn't really open it up until it was kind of ready, or they tested it a little bit, but they've just to give small perspectives, they have it's a tower built up. There's water fountains. The tee pads have cobalt in them to make them blue. Like, and the designer and the person who owns the property, they wanted to do something really, really special, and that's what happens. That's really important. And I know Nate Heinold is trying to do something special, but it just felt like he was short on time. Jacob Joran, aesthetically, the fort is awesome.
It's pretty.
The lines and the landing zones at the fort are not that fun. So you can hit the aesthetics and then miss the playability of the course. That was, I will say, one thing that the Utah crew did to the best level was the fort was a very enjoyable place to walk around, and the things that you'd see on the course were really, really cool. Now the shots themselves just felt like nobody had actually played some of the holes and thought that some of the landing zones were actually attainable. But when you get amateur designers, you generally get amateur courses. But But again, that's important, and that helped the course look good on camera. It helped a lot, and that's a good point about Northwood Black, Matt Strathman. And I think that's a good thing going forward. Again, if you want a sneak preview, go see Simon's video on Eagles Crossing. It looks. I watched it and was like, I have to go play this place. I have to figure out how to go there. It's between Columbia and St. Louis, so Tina, we might be making a road trip.
Okay. We have not done our St. Louis like we wanted to yet.
I know, we definitely need to. I want to go see a game. If COVID decides to chill out and we can go to sporting events, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a lot about disc golf. Okay, hold on. I'd rather play an interesting hole than something to look at. The course up in Canada with par 4 with a creek running through it. Beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that. Oh, the skins match goes live at noon today. Oh, what's up? Is that Jamie Thomas? Is that JT the Jet?
Looks like it. Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Okay, so I have some things to share. Is that okay, Eric? I know.
Yeah, take over. I just talked for 20 minutes straight.
I know. That's why I'm asking if I can take over.
It was like you on the phone last night.
Oh my gosh. I've had a lot
Doing
going on
roasted.
lately.
You were hyped last night, and you were like, I'm losing my voice. And I was like, yeah, as you talked for.
Was I hyped or was I just...
I don't know. You were just talking a bunch. It was cute.
I just had a lot going on yesterday. It was good. It was just a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so sorry for the unprofessional moving around of the video, but that's how we roll here. So Steph is awesome, and she took the time to take individual photos of the discs we have available. So I set aside a bunch of trespasses and some felons as well from our DDO. And yes, it's taken me this freaking long to get them posted, but as y'all know, we've had a lot of changes. So I wanted to show you some of what we have. These are all like one of ones. So there's a blue one. There's a super cool orange one. They're all a little different. You see all these babies? So these are the actual disc photos. They're exactly what you'll get. Look at that swirl. Ah, it's so cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this with you. This is on the Whale Sacks website. This one's dope. Yeah, so that's those. And then that's this right here, the swirl, hybrid, TKO trespass. Obviously, we still have these. We have some fish felons. I'm bringing some of these to Worlds with me, so we might not have everything. But we had a couple of the party time stamp Felions. We only have, I don't know, 4 of these discs left. This is like all we have. This is the last one of this stamp. Looks like we may have sold the other ones. Yeah, so obviously, like these special ones. Here's the Lucid X Glimmer Felons. Look at those beauties.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to share that with you guys because we haven't made posts on it. So yeah, there you go. That's cool. I can't remember if there was anything else that was new. Hats. Those are the discs. We do have some new whale sacks going on. So hot dog whale sacks are back in stock. We have yet to make a post about it, but we will do that soon. $1 of each of these go to You Play Disc Golf. Dinos, flamingos. I don't know if y'all have seen the Whale Sacks website lately, but we have a ton of new patterns.
I feel like I need to get restocked on some whale sacks, babe.
All right, we got you.
I need to restock a bunch of stuff, actually.
And then I am going to Worlds next week or actually, is it this week? Doesn't matter. But
Next week.
yeah, I'm going to Worlds with my mom. We're gonna go to Disney. We're gonna hang out with Tyler Searle. So if y'all are around for Worlds, I will be there, and it'll be great. I'm excited. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of it is awesome, and some of it's not, but that's okay.
Rainbow zebra stripes? Holy cow.
There's some cool stuff, like some really cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Cool.
So
Awesome. Buy stuff.
one thing that I want to share that is unrelated to any of this stuff is that I really appreciate my friend Bobby Brown. He's fantastic, and we've always been really good friends, and we've even worked together. Well, I've worked for him, and we've been having these every other week meetings in the evenings, kind of just sharing like some goals and some things we've been working on and things we've accomplished and things we're struggling with. And that has been super awesome. He reached out to me as like a what did he call it? Positivity partner or something. And I would just say if you have someone in your life that you know you can like hold each other accountable for like life goals, like do it. I think it's so cool to share that to share that experience with someone instead of trying to just like struggle through things on your own. So, he's helped me realize a whole lot of things about like where some of my anxiety is coming from, like why I'm struggling with some of the things that I am. And even if he hasn't directly like forced me into figuring some stuff out, you know, sometimes just when I'm trying to explain something to him, I figure things out about myself and like the way that I work and why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing or why I'm avoiding some of the things that I'm avoiding. So I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was really cool. So I made a post today on Facebook just about like, you have one life to live. This is it. This is all you get. So like, what are you doing every day to make it what you actually want it to be? Because we're in charge of that. And I was talking to Eric last night about I'm going through some stuff right now because every single day I'm striving to be happier and better. And it's harder to do that than it is to just coast on what you're used to. And so every day for me is a struggle right now because I'm out of my comfort zone and I'm trying really hard to be different and better and to make my life more of what I want it to be every day. And that is harder to do than just doing things the way that I do them. So for me, I'm actually probably the exact opposite of Eric, right? Like, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but for Eric, every day is a lot more chill than my days. So maybe Eric would want to like work on achieving goals on a daily basis. And I'm actually the opposite where I'm trying to like calm down and chill out a little bit. And the only reason I say that is because everybody's struggle is different. But it's still important to make sure that you are checking in with yourself instead of just like living every day however it ends up. Just like ask yourself if your days are actually what you want them to be. And if they're not, what can you do to fix that or change that? Like today, what little thing can you do today to get closer to living the way you really want to? If that's paying off a bill or like, you know, working out today or going for a run or, you know, not eating a donut or whatever that is. Like, what's one little thing you can do to get closer to what you want to actually do or who you want to be? That's all. I just I don't know. Every day is harder than it used to be, but in a really positive way, and I can see the changes accumulating, and that's awesome. And it will get easier, but yeah, just wanted to share that he is one of my favorite people of all time. He's fantastic. Yeah.
answer to some questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Eagle ripping his whale sack. I would much rather see him do that than things that he's done in the past that could have impacted his career way more. Hence,
Everyone exploded about that. It's funny because I don't really care because I just understand it.